Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kaalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan, ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
For something big.
Alright, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWDR-FM. TLE, Technology and Livelihood Education. TLE, Learning Area, Automotive Servicing, Beauty Care, Electronics Product Assembly and Servicing, Cookery, Electrical Installation and Maintenance, Dressmaking, Computer System Servicing, mga leksyong pangkabuhayan, edukasyong, teknolohikal, mapapakinggan. Dito lang yan sa 106.3 Dance Radio. TLE, Learn and Earn.
Yes, isang magandang morning ulit ha. Nakasama nila ako ngayon kasi meron kaming nais batiin ng special na mga tao kasama namin sa oras na ito. Yes, Erwin. Ayan pasensya na. Nais lang namin sanang batiin yung mga dahil meron tayong tinatawag na clean up drive pala ngayon sa araw na ito. Sa binabati natin ang lahat po ng mga kaguruan dyan sa ating pong San Juan, tama ba ako? San Juan. San Juan. May sinasabi siya ngayon. Siyempre, nandyan po yung ating mga pinapitagang mga kapitapitagang at talaga masisipag na mga kapitan po natin dyan ng San Pedro, si Kapitan Sadiwa at Jose Sadiwa at si Kapitan Erwin Regal ng Barangay Santa Rita. Ayan, good morning po sa inyong lahat dyan, sir. Sana po ay patuloy po niyong subaybayan ang aming himpilan, gayon din po ang aming mga programa. Kasama ko po sa oras ito ang mga TLE. Ma'am, sige po.
Hello, dear learners, supportive parents, listeners, and viewers. Good morning. So, we are now in quarter 3, shift 1. I would like to say good morning also to our Fatherly Chief Education Supervisor, Officer in Charge, Sir Rodrigo B. Pascua. My companion this morning are no other than Ma'am Marilyn and Ma'am Malve. Ma'am Marilyn?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning to everyone. At sa ating kasama ngayon dito sa booth, of course. Good morning din po sa ating mga kasama o mga co-teachers dito sa Aurora National High School, and of course to our department heads like Ma'am Jackie, Ma'am Emeline, Ma'am Annabelle, Ma'am Opel, Ma'am Bernie, Sir Leo, Sir Ferdinand, of course, our head teacher in TLE department, Sir Jeff. May I also greet Ma'am Florilyn, our kapamilya kasama sa aming department, a happy birthday. Also to Sir Arnel Langasca. Hello also to my 7 Aguinaldo and 7 Bonifacio.
Yes, good morning po sa lahat ng ating listeners in our 106.3 FM at sa lahat ng ating viewers sa ating Facebook page and YouTube channel. Okay, binabati ko rin po ng happy birthday ang aking pangalawang ina sa aking pangalawang tahanan. Happy birthday, Mama Pen. I love you.
Okay, shout out to 7 Del Pilar, Jacinto, and Lapu-Lapu. So, para sa inyo ito ngayon, mga anak. Kaya dapat gising na kayo. And then, with 8 Crimson also, 10 Cookery ANF, and to my advisory class, 10 Tanggile. Good morning. So, as we go through to our lesson this morning, the students are expected to 1. Define baking tools and equipment. 2. Enumerate the examples of baking tools and equipment and explain their uses. And for number 3, classify baking tools and equipment according to their uses.
Yes. So to our grade 7 learners, I know that you are now ready and excited. But don't forget to prepare all the needed materials, just like your pen, paper, and learning activity sheets, or the last titled Use of Tools and Bakery Equipment. So pangatlong course na natin ito sa ating TLE. Okay?
That's right, Ma'am Marilyn. For sure, hindi lang ang ating mga grade 7 ang excited ngayon. So sa lahat ng ating listeners, viewers, at syempre sa ating mga parents na naka-tune in ngayon, stay tuned lang po kayo hanggang matapos ang ating usapang TLE.
Our dear learners, listeners, and viewers, you may participate later on to our question and answer portion. Of course, prizes are at stake. And don't forget to use the hashtag Usapang TLE, your grade and section, the item number, and of course, your answer in the comment box, or you can send your answer to 0975-1992-630. But we still have to listen first to our RBI lesson titled Use of Tools and Bakery Equipment. Stay tuned!
Dance Radio, silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin makabago, paraan ang pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta na magtulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. Dance Radio, learning is amazing.
TLE, Technology and Livelihood Education.
TLE Learning Area.
TLE Learning Area. Automotive Servicing. Beauty Care.
Electronic Products Assembly and Servicing.
Cookery.
Electrical Installation and Maintenance.
Dressmaking.
Computer System Servicing.
Mga leksyong pangkabuhayan. Edukasyong teknolohikal.
Matutunghayan dito sa
106.3
Dance Radio. TLE Learning Area.
Technology and Livelihood Education.
Learn and earn.
Good day, everyone. I'm glad to be with you in this 30-minute broadcast. Please get your writing materials and learning activity sheets for Quarter 3, Week 1, so we can start our lesson in Bread and Pastry 7. The learning activity sheets provide you different activities that will help you become familiar with the topics or lessons about use of baking tools and equipment. Assistance of your parents, siblings, or relatives are encouraged in answering the learning activity sheets, particularly in the activities where you need to perform tasks. Are you ready to start?
Yes, ma'am!
In our previous lesson in Quarter 2, we have taken up Beauty Care 7. Can you tell me what did we discuss?
Yes, ma'am. We discussed about performing nail trimmings to varied shapes.
That is right. You have a sharp memory. What have you learned in that particular lesson?
Ma'am, I learned that trimming of nail plays a very vital role. It is easy, but sometimes it causes little problems such as unwanted abrasions and ingrown nails when not properly done.
Exactly! It is very important that trimming our nails must be done properly by following the steps in cutting the nails. What else have you learned from our Quarter 2 lesson?
Ma'am, I learned how to maintain tools and equipment.
Very good. Why do we need to maintain tools and equipment?
Ma'am, we need to maintain the tools and equipment in the salon to ensure that we always have the quality tools and equipment to be used for our customers.
Very well said. Customer satisfaction is one of our main goals here. That is why, before and after using the tools and equipment, we need to maintain, clean, and sanitize them immediately for quality and safety purposes. Do you also remember the nail care tools and equipment in the salon?
Yes, ma'am. The examples of nail care tools are callus remover, cuticle nail pusher, cuticle nipper, nail buffer, and nail cutter. These are all manipulated by our hands, ma'am.
Ma'am, examples for equipment are foot spa machine, hand spa machine, foot spa stool, chair, and other items which are more or less durable and permanent. These are needed for a particular activity in the salon, ma'am.
Wow, you are all correct. You have a great memory about our quarter 2 lessons, and it seems that you have learned a lot. I know you are now ready in our lesson for quarter 3. We also have tools and equipment to discuss, but in this lesson, it pertains to bread and pastry. Here are the objectives for today's lesson. 1. Define baking tools and equipment. 2. Enumerate the examples of baking tools and equipment and explain their uses. And number 3. Classify baking tools and equipment according to their uses. Are you ready to start?
Yes, ma'am!
Good luck! Are you fan of buying and eating bread, pastry, and cakes?
Yes, ma'am!
That is nice to hear. Where can we usually buy these kinds of food?
Ma'am, we can buy those kinds of food in bakeries.
Absolutely! What have you noticed with the shapes of cakes?
Ma'am, the shapes of cakes are round, heart, square, and rectangle.
Ma'am, the bread and pastries have different shapes too, and they are all very attractive.
You are all correct! What do you think are the tools being used in the preparation of bread, pastries, and cakes?
Ma'am, baking tools and equipment are used in the preparation of bread, pastries, and cakes.
Exactly! I know you are already excited for our lesson today. It is about uses of baking tools and equipment.
Yes, we are, ma'am.
It is nice to hear that. So let us get started by defining the terms for you to understand better our lesson. What is baking?
Ma'am, baking is a method of preparing food that uses dry heat, typically in an oven, but it can also be done in hot ashes or on hot stone.
You are correct. The most common baked item is bread. Heat is gradually transferred from the surface of cakes, cookies, and breads to their center. How about the term tools? Who can define it?
Ma'am, tools are the devices used in any bread and pastry task which are durable or permanent. They are handheld, ma'am.
Precisely! Tools or implements are manipulated by our bare hands. Now, who can tell something about the term equipment?
Equipment are the items which are more or less durable and permanent, needed for a particular activity or purpose, ma'am.
You said it right. Equipment are manipulated or run by electricity or machines.
I hope you understood the meaning of the terms mentioned.
Yes, ma'am!
Great! Now, let us have the examples of baking tools.
Ma'am, one example is baking pans. These are cake pans made of glass or metal containers for butter and dough with various sizes and shapes.
You are right. There are types of baking pans. What are these?
Ma'am, one type is the tube center pan. It is any type of round baking pan that has a hollow tube in its center and is used for baking cakes.
Correct. What else?
Muffin pan, ma'am. A type of pan used for baking muffins.
That is correct. Are there some more?
Yes, ma'am. Pop-over pan. It is a baking pan specifically designed to hold pop-over batter so the pop-over as it bakes can rise up into a large, airy, pastry-like shape, ma'am.
Ma'am, another type is jelly roll pan, a type of flat sheet pan that features a 1-inch rim around the pan's side and designed to make thin sponge or sheet cakes, ma'am.
You are both correct. We also have Bun Pan. This pan is usually used for baking coffee cakes and sweet cakes known as bun cakes. Another example is griddle pan. It has a smooth and flat surface, perfect for cooking pancakes and anything else that you would usually cook on a frying pan. You will learn more examples of baking pans during the live streaming. Now, let us proceed to the other baking tools. What are they, class?
Ma'am, electric mixer. It is used for different baking procedures such as beating, stirring, and blending.
Ma'am, flour sifter. It is used to separate coarse particles, remove dirt, and small insects.
You are both correct. Electric mixer and flour sifter are used for better outcome of the products. We have also measuring spoon. Consists of a set of measuring spoons used to measure small quantities of ingredients. Did you get it, class?
Yes, ma'am.
That's nice to hear. What are the types of measuring cups?
Ma'am, the two types of measuring cups are graduated cup and measuring glass. Graduated cup has fractions marked on sides for measuring dry ingredients. Measuring is made of transparent or plastic and it is more accurate for measuring liquid ingredients.
Absolutely! How will you get the desirable mixture of ingredients?
Ma'am, by using the graduated cup and measuring glass and by mixing the ingredients in the mixing bowls which come in graduated sizes and have sloping sides.
That is true. So measuring instruments are very important. Are there some more baking tools?
Wooden spoon, ma'am. It is also called mixing spoon which comes in various sizes, suitable for different types of mixing.
Ma'am, spatula. It comes in different sizes. Small spatula is used to remove muffins and molded cookies from pans. Large spatula is used for icing or frosting cakes, and flexible blade is used for various purposes.
Ma'am, we have also wire whisk. It is used to beat or whip egg whites or cream.
I am really impressed with your answers. You did not only give the baking tools, but you also explained their uses. You will learn more after this reminder.
Amazing tips sa pag-aaral ngayong new normal.
Una, matulog sa tamang oras. Siguraduhin mula 7 hanggang 8 oras ang iyong pagtulog.
Sapat na iyan upang gumana ng maayos ang utak upang makapag-isip. Siguradong good day ka, kaibigan.
Ikalawa, magtala o gumawa ng sariling schedule. Mahalaga ang time management, kaibigan.
Itala ang mga subject na kinakailangan mong pag-aralan sa buong araw. Maglaan ng oras para sa mga ito.
Ikatlo, pumili ng lugar sa iyong pag-aaral. Focus.
Kailangan mo yan. Kaya nararapat na komportable
at tahimik na lugar ang iyong kalalagyan.
Huwag ring kalilimutang ipahinga ang utak.
Find time to relax upang handa ka muling mag-aral kinabukasan.
At iyan ang ating amazing tips, kaibigan.
Kahit new normal, tuloy pa rin ang pag-aaral.
Isang paalala mula sa TLA Learning Area at ng himpilang ito.
Kayo nakikinig sa TLE Grade 7. Kasama si Teacher Catherine S. Galingkana.
I'm back! Let us continue. What are the baking equipment that you know?
Ma'am, ovens. These are enclosed spaces in which food is heated or cooked, usually by hot air.
Absolutely correct. Ovens are considered as baking equipment and it has 4 types. One type is deck oven, which uses conduction heat to bake products. What are the other types of oven?
Rack oven, ma'am. It consists of chamber 2 or 3 meters high that is heated by electric elements or glass burners.
Ma'am, another type is the mechanical oven. It is a type of oven that uses fans to circulate hot air and cook food more quickly than a traditional oven.
Ma'am, I know the last type of oven. It is the convection oven. It has a fan and exhaust system that a regular oven does not have.
Wow! It seems that you are really familiar with the types of ovens. This time, let us classify baking tools and equipment. What are the classifications of baking tools and equipment?
Ma'am, baking tools and equipment are classified according to their uses, such as preparatory tools and measuring tools.
Ma'am, other classifications are cutting tools, baking pans, and baking equipment.
Absolutely! But let us see if you can classify the baking tools and equipment according to their uses. Who can enumerate the tools under preparatory tools classification?
Ma'am, the tools under preparatory tools classification are flour sifter, grater, pastry brush, spatula, and rolling pin.
That is right! These are baking tools you will use to prepare different ingredients before baking the desired bakery products. What is the classification of tools like measuring cups, measuring spoons, weighing scale, and timer?
Ma'am, their classification is measuring tools because those tools are used for measuring the amount of ingredients and the length of baking time.
You got it right! They are used for measuring the accurate amount of ingredients and the exact time for baking. How about mixing spoons, mixing bowls, electric mixer, rubber scraper, rotary egg beater? What is their classification?
Ma'am, these tools are used in mixing wet or dry mixtures such as butter or dough, so their classification is mixing tools.
Precisely! Can you also name the classification of pastry blender, pastry wheel, biscuit and donut cutter, kitchen shears, and paring knife?
Ma'am, they are classified as cutting tools because these are used in cutting cookie patterns for dough to form the shape and for cutting fruits and other ingredients.
That is right! Simple tips to remember. Always use baking tools and equipment in their specific task. I think we still have 2 remaining classification of baking tools and equipment. What are those class?
Ma'am, baking pans which include square pans, round pans, cookie sheet, bun pans, and tube pans. These tools are used for batter and dough with various sizes and shapes.
Lastly, we have the baking equipment, ma'am, like deck oven, rack oven, convection oven, and microwave oven. These tools are used to heat or cook food usually by hot air.
Very good! I am really impressed with your answers. You did not only give their functions, but you also classified them according to their uses. specific purpose and function. Therefore, you need to use them properly and accordingly. Make sure also that they are in good condition before using them to avoid accident. We are done discussing our lesson. Prepare your learning activity sheets and we shall answer your activities after the short reminder.
Mga kaibigan, sa panahon ngayon, kailangang magpalakas ng katawan.
Kumain ng masustansyang pagkain at sabayan ng pag-eehersisyo.
Huwag ding kalimutan ang pag-inom ng vitamins. Resistensya ay palakasin. Kalusugay huwag pabayaan upang sakit ay maiwasan.
Isang paalala mula sa himpilang ito.
Kayo nakikinig sa TLE Grade 7. Kasama si Teacher Catherine S. Galingana.
I'm back! Now open your learning activity sheets on page 3, activity 1 labeled Match It. Directions. Match the name of baking tools in column A with its picture in column B. Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. 1. Baking pan. What is your answer?
Ma'am, my answer is C.
Correct!
Number 2, flour sifter.
What is your answer?
Ma'am, my answer is D.
Very good! Number 3, measuring cup. What is your answer?
Ma'am, my answer is A.
You are right! You may answer the rest of the activity after this broadcast. Now let us read and answer activity 2 labeled Let's Make a List. Directions. Read the given recipe carefully and list down at least 5 tools that you need in order to finish the activity. Then give the classification opposite each tool. Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Number 1. Sift the dry ingredients together except sugar. What is your answer?
Ma'am, my answer is flour sifter and its classification is preparatory tool.
You are correct! Number 2. In a large bowl, cream the shortening until light and fluffy. What is your answer?
Ma'am, my answer is mixing bowl and its classification is mixing tool.
You are right! Number 3. Blend eggs one at a time and beat well after its addition. What is your answer?
Ma'am, my answer is rotary egg beater and this belongs to mixing tool.
Very good! You may answer the rest of the activity after this broadcast. Let us summarize our lesson. What are the topics we discussed today?
Ma'am, we discussed the definition of tools and equipment. Tools are the devices used in any bread and pastry task which are durable or permanent. They are handheld implements.
Ma'am, equipment are the items which are more or less durable and permanent needed for a particular activity or purpose, which can be manipulated by electricity or machine.
You are right. What else?
Ma'am, we also discussed the baking tools and equipment and their uses. These include baking pans, electric mixer, flour sifter, measuring cups, measuring spoons, mixing bowls, wooden spoons, rubber scraper, spatula, wire whisk, and oven.
Very good! Are there some more that we discussed?
Ma'am, baking tools and equipment are classified into preparatory tools, measuring tools, mixing tools, cutting tools, baking pans, and baking equipment.
Precisely! My dear learners, always remember that before using the baking tools and equipment, make sure that they are in good condition, especially the electric mixer and oven, to avoid harm and accident. You must also keep in mind that in doing any baking activity, always remember the tagline, safety first. Is that clear, class?
Yes, ma'am!
Now it is time to check your understanding of the lesson by answering the following questions. 1. What are the baking tools and equipment used in bread and pastry?
Ma'am, the baking tools and equipment used in bread and pastry are baking pans, electric mixer, flour sifter, measuring cups, measuring spoons, mixing bowls, wooden spoons, rubber scraper, spatula, wire whisk, and ovens.
Very good! 2. Define tools and equipment.
Ma'am, tools are devices used in any bread and pastry task which are durable or permanent, and they are handheld implements. Equipment are the items which are more or less durable and permanent, needed for a particular activity or purpose, which can be manipulated by electricity or machine.
You are right! 3. How are baking tools and equipment classified?
Ma'am, baking tools and equipment are classified based on their uses. Either they are used as preparatory tools, measuring tools, mixing tools, cutting tools, baking pans, and baking equipment, ma'am.
Wow! Impressive answer! 4. Why is it important for you to know how to classify baking tools and equipment?
Ma'am, it is important for me to know how to classify baking tools and equipment so that I can easily get what I need and store them in their proper place.
Very well said! For your last task, open your learning activity sheets on page 4. Answer the reflection. How does your learning help you in this time of pandemic?
Ma'am, in our home, we have different tools and equipment because of the learning I got from the lesson today. I will be able to classify them according to their uses and store them properly in their proper place.
Yes, you are correct. You can also use the learnings you acquired in this lesson to other lessons that pertain to tools and equipment. Now we're almost done. I hope you have learned a lot from our discussions. Get in touch with your subject teachers through their mobile phone or messenger chats if you have questions. I would like to acknowledge the teachers behind this RBI lesson, Teacher Dandit A. Ramos, our script writer, Teacher Joy L. Madamba, and Teacher Ryan Neri P. Bakod, our technical specialist, Teacher Susana B. Dumon, our language editor, Sir Jefferson F. Aguinaldo, our content editor, and I am Teacher Catherine S. Galingana, your radio teacher for this hour. Thank you very much and stay tuned for our live discussion.
Dance Radio, siniparalan sa radyo, hatid namin magbabago, paraan ang pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta magtulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. Dance Radio, learning is amazing.
Yes, we're back. So you just finished listening to our Bread and Pastry Production 7, Quarter 3, Shift 1, Week 1. We hope you've learned a lot. And just continue to listen, watch, and participate in our live discussion because surely you will enjoy it.
That's right, Ma'am Malbe. Listening and participating to our live discussion here at Usapang TLE will enhance their knowledge, especially to our lesson for today. Let's refresh our mind about our previous lesson in Quarter 2 with the following questions. Don't forget the hashtag Usapang TLE.
Wala.
Of course, your grade and section, item number, and your answer. Okay, so let's have the number 1. For number 1, what is our exploratory course in quarter 2? Okay, for letter A, beauty care. B, bread and pastry. C, commercial cooking. And D, information and computer technology.
Okay, wala tayong makita. Pero pwede nyo kaming tawagan o i-text sa ating 0975-1992-630. Okay, kung pwede ninyong i-message or i-text sa CP number namin. Okay, o kaya sa binigay kong CP number. Naghihintay yung aking phone. Bali, meron lang po tayong technical adjustment sa natin. So, pero naririnig nyo pa rin kami sa radyo. Okay, so that is for number 1. So, maghihintay yung aking cellphone kung sino man yung mga gustong sumagot. Meron na.
Okay.
Meron.
Ayan. Sige. Ay,
Okay, so that is for number
meron na.
Okay, so saglit lang po.
Ayan.
Ayan. Meron ba? Tingnan nga natin kung meron bang sumagot. Okay, habang hinihintay natin, so this is the question number 2. Which of this equipment is an electronic gadget used for soaking, bathing, and massaging the feet during a foot spa? A, foot spa machine. B, foot spa stool. C, hand spa machine. D, manicurist chair. Okay, so yun yung ating number 2. Ano yung mechanics natin, ma'am, kanina? Step 1 lang ba? Yung letter. So, meron ako nakikita dito. Meron ka din ba dyan, Ma'am Malbe?
Bakit wala akong makita?
Ma'am, wala pa. Siguro kasi kababalik lang. Okay? You can
ako
comment
din.
your answer using hashtag usapang TLE
Okay,
and your
so-
grade and section. Baka pwedeng i-flash muli yung isa, ma'am.
Okay, yung sa number 1, kasi baka hindi nila narinig kanina, the question is, what is our exploratory course in quarter 2? Letter A, beauty care. Letter B, bread and pastry production. C, commercial cooking. D, information and computer technology.
Number 2 na kasi yung sinasagot pala nila. Okay, meron ako na nakita dito. So, kasi naka-data yung phone ko.
Wow.
Meron ako nakita kanina pa sumagot, pero hindi tama yung, medyo yung kanyang sagot. Pero may humabol. We have here, ano sino to? Nasaan na? Napunta na? Saan na siya napunta?
Asan na siya? Wala sa akin.
Ayan.
Ayaw mag-move. See?
See? So, the answer for number 1 is, of course, our previous o yung ating last quarter is letter A, which is beauty care. Si Yancy Buduan from
Yancy
7
Buduan.
Jacinto.
Ayan.
Okay.
Congratulations,
And
Yancy.
marami na rin sumagot sa number 2 question. So, ano ba yung question
Ikaw mag-screenshot mo na sa
Kuhan mo?
Okay,
Si
for
Yancy?
hindi. Si Malbe ang Mang Malbe ang magsililista.
Marami tayong mga
Sino sa
sumagot
number
na.
2, ma'am?
Si number
2, may mga nagsagot tama pero hindi sinunod ang ating mechanics. Yancy, naiko mo na si Yancy, be.
For number 1, si
Yancy Buduan.
ng
Hindi ko kasi
Jacinto.
makita, ma'am. Pero
Ako din, ayaw mag-move.
Sa number 2,
for question number 2, sino, ma'am
naghahanap pa rin
Marilyn?
ako ng number 2.
so wala
Of course,
pa?
meron na.
Ay, meron na daw. Kay Ma'am Marilyn. Sino kaya yung
Sa
nanalo
number
sa
2 ang
number 2?
nauuna dito sa aking screen, si Miss Acupido.
Ay, ala, si
Ferrybell.
Ferrybell.
Oo, Ferrybell.
Anong section niya, ma'am?
Shortcut ng Felerita Annabel. Galileo.
Siya ay galing sa 7 Galileo.
Okay, for our question number 3. Which of the following is the part of the nail
Dami
that
na.
can be filed and shaped? A. Cuticle, B. Free edge, C. Lunula, and letter D. Matrix. Okay, gamitin uli ang ating hashtag usapang TLE and include your grade and section.
Ayan, ano naman kayong section ngayon? Ang
Yes.
mananalo sa number 3. For number 1 is si ano
Okay,
kanina.
may nakita na ako dito,
Ay,
number
buti pa
3.
siya.
Siya rin ba sa inyo, ma'am?
Ay,
Wait.
meron din sa akin. Sino ba ang nakita ko
Okay.
dito?
Okay, si
Sino?
Cristel,
Yes, si
Lian,
Cristel.
Andres.
Del
Okay, ang
Pilar.
kanyang sagot ay letter B, which is
The free edge. Okay,
Okay,
habol-habol 7
so-
Aguinaldo and 7 Bonifacio.
Yes. Kasi marami pa kaming mga katanungan mamaya.
Yan,
mga
meron
anak.
pa.
Ayan. So, congratulations to the winners. Truly, you've learned a lot in our previous lesson in quarter 2, which is beauty care. And today, we will have our week 1 lesson in our exploratory course, which is bread and pastry production. But before we start our discussion, may I ask you to name the following pictures. Ayan, unahan na naman
Yan.
ito, ha?
Oh, sige,
And don't
unahan.
forget to use again and again the hashtag usapang TLE, your grade and section, the item number, and of course, your answer. Okay, ready? Ito na ang
Lagi bang
ating
nauuna, ma'am? Para ano
picture.
naman?
Okay, ang susunod na winner, anong number ba ang
O,
paborito
since number 1
natin?
question natin yan, number 1. Yung number 2, yung
Hindi,
second.
minsanan lang
Ay,
yan,
minsanan
ma'am.
lang. So, tatlo agad yan.
Oo, so
Okay,
sasagutan
kala ko
nila yung
isahan.
tatlo.
isa lang sasagot, ma'am, 3 na ang ibibigay
Oo.
niya. Yun ang
Kaya
gusto
number
ko.
Kaya enumerate pala.
Yes, they are going to enumerate. Ayan.
Okay. So, tatlo, ano ba yung mga yan?
Oo nga, ano ba yung mga yan? So, lagi nilang nakikita
Ang
yan.
sarap-sarap niyan. Gugutom tuloy ako.
Sana may ganyan tayo.
Oh, picture
Meron
lang
kayang
pala.
ganyan
Hindi kagaya
ngayon?
kahapon.
Baka naman sa may nag-birthday dyan, ma'am.
Oh, may birthday. Happy birthday!
Ayan, yan na yung regalo natin mamaya. Yung picture
yan.
lang.
Virtual.
Virtual. Oh,
Okay, meron na ba?
Nakaano na tayo. Ano ba yan? Nalusutan na tayo.
Puro number 3 pa lang, ma'am, ang nakikita ko rito. Oh, sagot pa lang po nila ng number 3.
Ay, ala.
Hindi ko alam kung
Mga
paano
anak,
tong si
tatlo.
Yancy.
Tatlo yung sasagutan nyo kasi isa lang yung nakita ko dito na...
Okay, tingnan mo,
nakita
ma'am.
na ako.
Meron akong si Yancy. Nakikita ko dito.
Tatlo na yung sagot niya?
Ay, ano
oo,
ba? Sabi
meron na.
natin yung third pala ang
Oo,
nakakakuha.
pangatlo.
Okay, third kasi
Marami nang
third.
sumagot. Sino bang
So,
pangatlo?
nauna sa akin si Yancy.
Sino?
And
Sino
then, meron kasing sumasagot ng isahan. So, dapat enumerate nyo yung tatlo kung ano yan.
May number pa rin, anak. 1, ito, and then 2, ganun.
Okay,
Then
meron
3.
din sumasagot na walang hindi kasap na ano yung ano natin, hashtag natin. O, pangalawa na natin si Pia. Pia. And then, isa na lang.
Ay, parang
Isa na lang.
Yung pangatlo na naman siya. Kung
Sino?
pareho tayo.
Yes. Wow, grabe naman.
Wow, pangatlo sa akin si Felerita. Sa inyo,
Yes,
sino?
siya din. Ang
Wow,
ating
napaka
mapauna, mapangatlo.
O, siya pa
Siya
rin.
pa din.
Ayan.
Sigurado
Mine.
Kasi sabi
Mapapamain
natin
ka talaga.
pangatlo.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Okay.
Felerita. And ano yung mga sagot? Of course, for number 1, we have the cake. For number 2, oven. And for number 3, bakery. Ayan.
Ayan.
So, congratulations. Now, let's see what are the connection of those pictures to our lesson for today. Ma'am Marlene.
Okay, so congratulations ulit sa mga nanalo. Marami pa mamaya, no?
Yes.
So, tutok lang. So, while bago pa tayo makalayo sa kung saan-saan, no? Let's start with our objectives for today. Although nasabi na rin kanina, the first objective is define baking tools and equipment. Second, enumerate examples of baking tools and equipment and explain their uses. And third, classify baking tools and equipment according to their uses. So, yan yung aabangan natin ngayon.
Yes.
So today, our bread and pastry production 7, quarter 3, week 1, titled Use of Tools and Bakery Equipment. And we are going to discuss here the baking tools and equipment. So, hindi ko natatanungin kung ready kayo. I'm sure kasi ang
Ready.
bilis-bilis ng comment section natin ngayon. So,
Yes,
let's start
napaka-active
with the
din.
definition of baking. Yan. Okay, baking is a method of preparing food that uses dry heat, typically in an oven, but it can also be done in hot ashes or on hot stones. Malalaman natin yan mamaya. Ma'am Dandit, can you give the definition of tools?
Yes, Ma'am Malbe. So, tools are devices used in any bread and pastry task which are durable or permanent, and they are manipulated by our bare hands. What about an equipment, Ma'am Marilyn?
Yes, ma'am. If tools is manipulated by our bare hands o yung ating kamay, ang equipment naman ay they are the items which are more or less durable and permanent, needed for a particular activity or purpose. Equipment is also manipulated or run by electricity or machines. No? What are the other examples of baking tools, Ma'am Malbe?
Yes, ma'am. So, unahin na natin dyan ang baking pans. So, these are pans made of glass or metal containers for butter and dough with various sizes and shapes. So, ito yung mga types niya. We have number 1, tube center pan. Yan. Pakita natin, ma'am. Okay? Yung makikita natin sa screen, familiar yan for sure sa ating mga estudyante. It is a type of round baking pan that has a hollow tube in its center and it's used for baking cakes. So, yan yon. We have also muffin pan. Okay.
Ay,
It
ang
is
sarap
a
niyang
type of pan used for baking muffins. Yan, paborito ng mga estudyante natin yan. May other term pa ba tayo dyan, ma'am?
Pag sinabi kasi nating muffin, ma'am, pag tinapay na yan yung mga Maymon.
Yes.
Paborito
mga
niya.
mamon.
Paborito.
Oo, paborito.
At saka
So,
mura kasi yan.
Paborito niya ayawan.
Sa yung una kasi natin, yung bilik dun sa sa nauna natin, tube center, mga example natin yan is cake.
Oo, mga
Yan.
pwedeng gamitin yun sa patong-patong na pinagpapatong-patong
Baka
na
makakita
cake,
tayo ng ganyan mamaya, ma'am. Malayo lang natin.
Yan din, yung muffin pa na rin yan, ginagamit din natin actually sa mga cupcakes.
Yes,
Yan.
cupcakes.
And ang
Pwede
ibang
rin.
tawag natin dyan is cupcake pan.
Yes. We have also number 3, we have the pop-over pan. Ito, mas malaki lang ng kaunti. It is a
mas
baking
mataas.
pan. Yes, mas mataas. It is a baking pan specifically designed to hold pop-over butter so the pop-over, as it bakes, can rise up into a large, airy, pastry-like shape. From its name na, nagpa-puff na.
Yes.
What about the other types of baking pans, Ma'am Dandit?
Okay, so we have also for number 4, the jelly roll pan. So a type of flat sheet pan that features 1-inch rim around the pan sides and designed to make thin sponge or sheet cakes. Example dito ay yung pianono.
Paggawa ng pianono.
Yes, paggawa ng pianono.
O kaya nung braso de Mercedes.
Yes.
Basta yung mga nakita nyong cakes na niro-roll or yung mga chiffon cakes or mga sponge cake na talagang niro-roll siya kung kinakain nakikita ninyo. So pwede nyong gamitin, although kung wala tayong jelly roll pan na ganyan, pwede rin natin gamitin yung mga trays natin sa bahay. Basta ganyan lang yung niya. So, ganun din ako minsan Kasi medyo mas mahal talaga yung pang bake pan.
Okay. For number 5, so we have also the bun pan.
Wow!
Yan. So, yan yung itsura ng bun
Ang
pan.
cute-cute.
So, this pan is generally used for baking coffee cakes and sweet cakes known as bun cakes. Another example is pwede dito yung pound cakes at yung mga cakes na may design sa gilid. Ayan. So, pwede rin gamitin ito sa paggawa ng gelatin.
Yes, sa molder. Parang
diba?
ang ganda-ganda gawing molder ng gelatin
Para
yan.
mas maganda yung gelatin natin. Di ba? Napaka-attractive kasi tignan pag ganyan yung
molder niya.
And then for number 6, we have the custard cup. It is a cup used for baking custard. So, dito ginagawa yung custard cake or yung egg pie. Ayan.
Okay,
So,
ma'am,
yan
ano ba yung
ginagamit.
custard? Baka malito yung mga estudyante natin. Ano ba ang custard? So, itong custard kasi is leche flan.
Yes. Para mas maintindihan ninyo. And
Mas
then,
sa atin yun, leche flan ang tawag natin.
leche flan. Okay, next is we have the griddle pan.
Yeah.
Ayan.
Parang ang sarap ng ihaw niya.
Kaya nga, sana mayroon na akong
Yes,
ganyan.
ma'am.
So it
Gusto ko
has
rin yung ganyan.
a smooth and flat surface, perfect for cooking pancakes. Ayan. And anything else that you would usually cook on a frying pan.
So, actually siguro yan, ma'am, is non-stick pan.
Yes,
Yes.
Para hindi siya masyadong didikit.
Next is we have the loaf pan. Ayan.
Pinaka-paborito
So,
yata
it is a
kainin
long
yung naluluto
pan
dyan.
used for baking bread and cake. So, dyan ginagawa yung American or tasty bread and then yung banana bread din.
Na-miss ko tuloy si Ma'am Joy. Hi, Ma'am Joy.
Ayan.
Ng banana bread.
Ay, oo nga, ang tagal na, Joy. Kailan na kaya ulit? Ayan. So, take note that there are 8 types of baking pans. And what are the other baking tools aside from baking pans, Ma'am Marilyn?
Aside from baking pans, kasi baking pans parang marami na yung pans na yon, ano? So,
walo.
depende sa kung anong lulutuin mo, yun naman ang gagamitin mong pans,
Yes,
okay?
hindi
Hindi pwedeng gagawa ka ng cake, gagawin mo. Although mas maliit siguro, hindi na siya yung cake na cake, kundi magiging cheesecake na lang maliit. No? Pag individual talaga, okay? Another tool is electric mixer. It is used for different baking procedures such as for beating, stirring, and blending. Another is the flour sifter. It is used to separate coarse particles, remove dirt, and small insects. So, meron tayong mga iba't ibang klase ng sifter. So, hindi lang yung ganyan, yung bilog, parang meron yung hinahawakan natin, meron siyang handle, no? Meron yung mas pino. Itong sa may flour sifter kasi mas pino siya kasi flour nga. Meron din tayong mas magaspang, meron colander, meron tayong mga ano pa yung
Strainer.
Strainer.
Oo.
Medyo mas malaki yung mga
Mas
butas
malalaki
sa
yung
mga
butas.
yon. Pero
kasi
parehas na
yung
nag-strain.
vegetable, ganun.
Measuring spoons, of course, consists of a set of measuring spoons used to measure small quantities of ingredients like yung mga baking powder, mga leavening agents, no? Mga maliliit lang na yan ang ginagamit natin para sakto. Especially sa baking, hindi pwedeng yung mas masobrahan or kulang. Okay? Another is measuring cups. So, merong measuring cups, meron tayong graduated measuring cups, merong measuring glass. And it has fraction mark on side for measuring dry ingredients. And the measuring glass is made of transparent or plastic, and it is more accurate for measuring liquid ingredients. So itong nakikita nyo, that is mostly ginagamit yan sa liquid ingredients, no? Pero pwede rin yung isa. Meron ba yan, ma'am? Ayan, meron din yan. Mas accurate yan for powdered or dry ingredients. Kasi mahirap naman pag doon mo. Pero dyan, pwede rin gamitin ang liquid.
In the absence of
In the absence of yung graduated measuring cup. Yun naman, sa graduated measuring cup, hindi naman siya pwede sa dry. Kasi ang pwede lang yung sakto doon sa may, yung measurement na. Yung
mas
level
mahirap
na.
siyang i-level.
Yun. So, dear learners, meron pasabog yata dito.
Unahan na naman din.
Ayan, ready.
Ready.
Why do we need, dahil measuring tayo, no? Why do we need to use the measuring spoons and measuring cups in measuring the ingredients? Bakit nga ba kinakailangan gamitin yung mga measuring spoons and measuring cups natin sa pagme-measure? Okay, so use again our hashtag usapang TLE, your grade and section, and of course your answer.
Nabanggit ni Ma'am Marilyn yan
May
kanina.
nabanggit ko kanina.
Lalo na dito sa bread and pastry.
Yes.
Hindi pwedeng pachamba. Hindi kagaya pag nagluto tayo ng ulam.
Oh, yes.
Ang kanin nga sa ating Pilipino, measure natin to.
Ito pang kamay natin ginagamit natin.
So bakit kaya dito sa bread and pastry kailangan ma-measure?
Gamit
Sabi dito, meron ako nakikita.
agad-agad.
Kay Pia Mona Bumanglag from 7 Galileo. So that we can put the right amount of ingredients. Okay, tama ba yun?
Pia. Of
Meron
course.
siyang tumpak na sa kasagutan.
Nandun
Kasi,
yung
of course,
right amount
yes,
of
the right
ingredients.
amount.
Okay.
Sakto.
Congratulations.
Kaya meron ding
Pia
humabol dito,
Bumanglag.
sabi niya to get the right taste. Of course, kung meron tayong right amount, meron siyang
yes.
right taste o tamang taste, of course.
Kasi
Okay,
sakto
congratulations.
Ang galing-galing ng mga anak
Pia.
natin.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Grabe,
Tignan nyo yan, hindi lang
napaka-active
sila.
nila.
Siguro to mga nandito sa sciences na ano sila na sana meron din kaming mga ganyan.
Marami ding mahilig
prepare. So we can make it perfectly, sabi naman ni Cristel. Marami pang sumasagot yung mga
ang dami-dami.
to measure exact amount of ingredients. So, okay,
Kay
tama.
Edgy. Sagot
Yes.
ni Edgy.
It should be
Diba?
exact or accurate. Okay, pagpatuloy na natin, aside from sa mga measuring cups and spoon na yan, we have also mixing bowls, which come in graduated sizes and have slapping sides. Yan, tignan naman natin, Ma'am Dandit. Ayan ang ating mixing bowl.
Saan ang picture, ma'am?
Yan yung sabi ko,
Hindi
nawawala
nagpakita,
siya.
no? So,
Hindi
you can
kinaya.
also use naman yung mga bowls natin for mixing. Okay, yung makikita natin sa kitchen, ano?
Ang mahalaga naman dyan, Ma'am Malbe,
Yes.
sa mixing bowls, doon mo malinis, of course.
Yes.
Kasi pagka yung minemeasure na doon natin ilalagay, dapat sakto lang na makaya niyang kargahin yung mga yung ingredients na kinakailangan
Tama.
natin.
So, kung marami kayong ilalagay, mas malaki yung pipiliin
Hindi
natin
pwedeng
size
yung
para hindi siya
umalpa.
magkakta. Yes. We have also wooden spoons. So, it is also called mixing spoon, which come in various sizes, also suitable for different types of mixing. Ayan, may mga examples tayo dyan. Naisip ko lang nun sa bahay namin, merong malaking ganyan. Uso kasi noon.
Yung
yun
mga
ang
pang-display.
ginagamit natin sa kanin, di ba?
Sa amin naman
kaya ito
pang-display, ang
gagamitin?
laki-laki.
Yung mayroon pa mga pa-flower siya, pero wala na ngayon.
Sabi ko nga sa akin, eto ba yung pang ano natin sa dagat? Yung sa may pagsagwan natin.
Sagwan.
Pero maganda pala yan, especially sa mga hindi natin ginagamit na yung mga non-sticky o kaya yung mga dekoryente na pinaglulutuan.
Tama, mas maganda. At saka mas madaling tanggalin dyan yung mga sticky na i-mix natin kesa doon sa plastic.
Sa baking naman, of course, sa mixing siya, for mixing, especially yung rounded, yung kanyang yung nasa taas, yun yung gilid. Mas maganda yan kasi mas nakukuha niya yung pinakasulok din ng
mixing bowl.
Yung Pero dapat yung mixing bowl din natin dapat bilog. Meron kasi yung ginagamit yung square.
Ang hirap mag-mix. Square and rectangle.
Oo. Hindi advisable yun.
Kasi
Dapat
apat na
round.
kanto pa yung
Meron pa akong nabiling round nga talaga sa paglalapan ko ng puto. Tapos dun sa pit niya, meron yung pagkaroon ganun. Ay, mali itong nakuha ko. Sabi ko, meron siyang pupuntang iba.
Kasi mahirap i-mix pag may ganun.
Dapat yung flat na bilog talaga.
Hindi natin ma-mix evenly. Next, we have also a spatula. So, it comes in different sizes. So, spatula used as decorating tool but can also be used to serve slices of cake. Ayan, pwede natin yung pagkat pieces of pie or bar. So, it comes in, meron tayong small, meron tayong large. So, nakikita nyo yan, meron pang medium. So, ang small natin is used to remove muffins and molded cookies from pans. Ang large naman natin is used for icing or frosting cakes, and flexible blade is used for various purposes. Kagaya nga nung nabanggit kanina na pwede natin itong cut.
Itong nakikita, ma'am, kasi medyo elevated siya that is for frosting. Meron yung flat.
Yung flat na
meron tayong flat. Yun yata yung available sa ating kitchen.
Yun yung meron sa atin. Yun yung usually ginagamit pag sa baking or sa cookies. Pag nagtatanggal tayo, yun na yun.
Yung mga cookies.
Kala ko meron tayong flat, ikaw.
Huwag flat nose.
Okay, we have also wire whisk. Or pag wala tayo nito, tinidor.
Yes, yun na yun, tinidor.
Hindi pwedeng, ay, hindi ito magagamit kasi wala tayong ganito. Gumawa ka ng paraan.
Para-paraan lang.
Yes, para magaling ang mga bata dyan, ma'am. Okay, wire whisk used to beat or whip egg whites or cream. Yan. What about the baking equipment, Ma'am Dandit?
Okay, so for the baking equipment, we have the ovens. So, these are enclosed spaces in which food is heated or cooked usually by hot air. And according to Google, the earliest ovens were found in Central Europe date back to 29,000 BC. So, napakatagal na. They were roasting and boiling pits inside yards used to cook mammoth. And the first gas oven was invented by a man named James Sharp in 1986.
Sharp ba tuloy siguro ang mama, unang brand? Sharp ba? Kala ko
Ayan. Tignan ninyo.
TV lang alam ko.
So yun yung first gas oven na
ganyan
na-invento
pala
noong
yun.
1826. At yung nakapicture dyan, yan
Ang
yung
gwapo naman.
gumawa. Si James Sharp.
Ganyan ang usong buhok siguro nun, ma'am.
Okay,
Patagilid.
So, the term oven can refer to many sources of cooking machines such as wood ovens. Ngayon, dear learners, ready na naman ba
yan
kayo?
na naman.
I want you to compute how many years from now when the first gas oven was invented. Ano ang given natin? 1826 and 2022. Ayan, sagutin niyo yung tanong ko. How many years from now when the first gas oven was invented?
Wala na naman yata.
Ano kaya
Technical
ang
natin.
sagot? Anong operation kaya ang gagamitin nila para makuha ang sagot? Ayan. Ay,
Walang net.
wala.
Ayan, meron na naman.
Meron na naman. Sige.
Ayan.
So, hindi nila narinig? Okay?
Nakita?
Meron na, hindi nakita?
Ulit.
Okay, sige. So, yan yung first gas oven natin na na-invento noong 1826 by James Sharp. Ang tanong mga anak na sasagutin nyo ngayon, how many years from now when the first gas oven was invented? Ilang taon na kaya? Gaano na kaya katagal? Yung first
Compute pa
gas
lang sila,
oven.
ma'am.
Ayan, so busy-busy
pa
sila.
sila.
Nag-iisip pa sila. kung
Meron
anong-
yan tawag dito
Anong operation kaya ang gagamitin nila para makuha ang sagot?
Merong sagot dito, ma'am.
Ay, meron ka na. Ba't ang...
196.
Okay. Sino? Sino ang nanalo?
Nauna pa rin ba, ma'am? Ang nauna
Sino
natin ay si William Shakespeare. Ay, William.
Ay, si...
Bakit meron
Ay, oo nga. Okay,
William
Orate
Orate ng
Jr.
7 Jacinto.
Yay,
Yes,
William,
may
congratulations.
nakauna.
Tinatayo niya ang bandila ng 7 Jacinto.
Nasaan na ang
Yung
aking
niya, ma'am?
Bonifacio
William
at
Shakespeare?
Jacinto? Ay, Bonifacio
William
at...
Orate.
William
Orate Jr.
Yan.
7 Jacinto.
Tama naman lahat sila, ma'am, na mga
Oo, ang galing-galing
sumagot.
nila. Ang dami nilang ano.
Pero
Ang dami.
bakit ganun? Naghintay ako ng Aguinaldo. At saka
Siguro, ma'am,
Bonifacio.
kasi ma'am,
Wow, meron na.
February pa lang ngayon. Kasi naghintay ng Aguinaldo.
Oh, December yun eh. Ay,
meron si Sir.
Ay, oh.
Okay. So, yun ang sagot. 196. Paano nakuha? Of course, 2020 minus 1826 is equal to 196 years. So, subtraction ang ginamit nilang operation. Congratulations, William. So, what are the types of ovens, Ma'am Marilyn?
Ba, ito yung usapang oven talaga, no?
Oo, masinsinan na to.
Hindi kasi tayo makakapag-bake kung wala tayong oven. Pero ng mga iba't ibang klase natin iba't ibang klase ng oven. So itong pag-usapan natin ngayon. So we have 4 types of ovens. We have the deck oven, which uses conduction heat to bake products. Meron ba tayo dyan, ma'am? Para makita naman nila yung... Ayaw ba?
Ay! Bakit ganun? Nag-ano yung team viewer natin?
Napindot niya yata, sir, yung kanyang team viewer. Hindi na makita yung...
Yes. So, si James Sharp pa lang ang nandyan. At ang
Si James
ating
Yap? Ay,
unang oven.
Okay.
Papalitan na kasi natin siya ng mas bago.
Oo.
Yan.
Yan.
Sige.
Ayan. So, habang inaantay natin yung ating picture, so deck oven. So, isa-isahin na lang natin ma'am muna and then saka natin ipakita. So, second is a rack oven. So, pag sinabi natin kasing rack, medyo may palapag, no? It consists of chamber 2 to 3 meters high that is heated by electric elements or gas burners. We have also number 3, the mechanical oven. So, ito yung medyo meron sa atin. It is a type of oven that uses fans to circulate hot air and cook food more quickly than a traditional oven. We have also convection oven. It has a fan and exhaust system that a regular oven does not have.
So, nakakaiba siya.
So, pag-usapan nga natin.
Ayan na
Tingnan nyo
yung
nga yan. Meron na ba kayong mga nakikitang mga ganyan? Especially dun sa mga pinupuntahan ninyong mga bakery. Meron kasi ma'am na bakery na hindi nila pinapakita yung kanilang kusina.
Oven. Secret yun.
Meron kasi silang secret doon. Kaya tayo love na love natin kumain ng kasi meron silang secret ingredient.
Ayaw nilang sabihin para hindi magaya ng iba ganun.
Meron silang mga secret ingredient para yung iba, kaya tignan nyo, hindi sila pagkakaparehas. Meron yung isang bakery na gustong-gusto nating bilhin sa kanila. Na yun lang yung gusto nating bilhin. So, tingnan natin yung ibalik mo ma'am yung yung sa una. Ayan. Balik natin yung deck oven, no? So, tingnan nyo, meron silang mga kanya-kanyang pagbuksan. Pinagbubuksan. Yan. Ibubuksan mo yung layer din siya, pero kanya-kanyang pintuan. Samantalang si rack oven, RACK, ay minsanan mo yun, pero maraming tray sa loob. Pwede mo minsanang So, may nakita ko dyan sa Cindy's. May nakita ko sa marami na rin. Pero yung mga private na hindi sila talaga nagpapakita ng kanilang mga
kasi meron yung mga
yung
malalaking
oven natin
may
sa
mga oven
TLE, ma'am.
Yung oven natin sa TLE ay parang si deck oven pero isa lang yata yung door
niya, malakihan. Yan.
Itong si mechanical oven, meron tayo niyan. Yung ating mga microwave oven. Meron din tayo yung mga bread toaster. Or yun? Bread. And then yung convection oven. So, ang sabi ng natin is, ang pagkakaiba ng dalawa is yung si convection ay meron siyang exhaust fan. No? Okay. So, meron ba tayong pwedeng idagdag na kung halimbawa wala sa atin to mga ito. Nung unang panahon, balik tayo sa unang panahon. Although hindi natin na-try, naranasan, pero narinig natin. Yung pugon, ma'am, naalala niya ba yung pugon? Pugon.
Sa akin, kwento ng nanay ko at saka lolo ko, nung gumagawa daw sila ng tinapay, nung bata pa siya, ang ginagamit nila is yung pugon para makagawa ng tinapay na maitinda nila. Pero ngayon, dahil high-tech na, oven na.
Yung pugon kasi usually gawa yan ng mga rock or mga semento, kulob yun. And then nilalagyan ng yung apoy niya doon sa panggatong doon sa baba para yung init niya doon papunta sa taas. Usually siya yata ngayon ma'am yung pugon is pinanggagamitan na lang yata sa paggawa ng mga clay pot. No?
Yes.
Okay. Pinaglulutuan ng mga paso. Ganun pa rin sa Ilocos, ganun kasi yung mga nakita namin noon. Yung aside from that, pwede rin na tayo mga bagong natin ngayon kung wala tayo talaga. Kasi may mga gas range kasi. Din yun. Dream ko din yun, although meron na rin. Kaya lang magkaroon na rin ako. Hindi naman ako makapag na mag-bake. Yung oras ko naman, yun yata ang bibilin ko ngayon, yung oras ko para makapag-bake ako. Okay. Makapag-practice. And then, meron na tayong mga air fryer ngayon,
Yes, na pwede. Kung wala
pwede rin.
Yun na ang gamitin. Pwede rin mag-bake doon.
Pwede rin mag-bake
meron
doon
kasi
Meron pa
kanon. Ano yun?
Meron din akong
yung isa.
Yung magic pan.
Yes.
Kung meron mga bagong version ngayon ng magic pans, no? Although yun, dalawa yun pinagtataklob. Yung isa na isang part is parang grill pan. pwede mo siyang pag-ihawan yon. Actually, nalilesen yung paggamit natin ng oil. But, in terms of cooking or in baking, pwede natin siyang gamitin. Magagamit natin yon.
In the absence
of yung oven.
Kung wala tayong oven.
O kaya yung microwave or yung gas range.
Pero kung meron ng oven, yung oven na.
Pero meron pa din, ma'am. Yung paggamit ng yung ginagamit ng bibingka,
sa
yung
bibingka, yan.
Oo, 'di ba? Dalawa rin 'yon. Yung mayroong gamit yung uling, both
sa
lower
baba
at saka
sa taas.
kaya siya.
Meron pa rin ganon.
Meron pa din 'yon ngayon kasi
Meron
sila lang
pa din.
sila lang yun lang nagagawa noon. No, yung sa bibingka,
Yes, pero yung bibingka pag simbang gabi, anong ginagamit nila, ma'am? Hindi ganon, di ba? Ngayon, ang ginagamit na is yung malaki na oven.
Meron kasi ngayon nagbebenta na ng hindi siya yung flour, ay yung glutinous flour, kundi ang ginagamit is
flour.
APF na, yung harina talaga. So para siyang baked bibingka, parang nabibili na natin. Parang tinapay na lang
Hindi na
din
yung
siya.
uling
Hindi na yung original,
ginagamit.
yung
Sa bibingkang kanin kasi yung uling ang ginagamit.
So
Ito
marami.
yung balakong.
Kung talagang gustong-gusto nyo na rin pwede rin kayo gawa ng palayok. Painit nyo lang yun. And then of course yung cover niya, talagang naka-enclose takip. Parang sa may oven din, i-preheat mo din yun, papainit mo din yun. Pero dry yun ha, hanggang a minute, and then ilagay mo yung pan o yung baking pan na gagamitin mo. Basta wag mo siyang
buksan
hanggat hindi maluto. So pwede rin yung mga yon, mga improvise yun.
Yes, kagaya nga ng sinabi nyo kanina, ma'am, para-paraan lang.
Yes, para makaluto, di ba? Para
kung talagang
maka-bake
gustong-gusto mo, may paraan.
Yes.
Yun. Ma'am Dandit, meron pa ba mga natin?
Before we are going to classify the baking tools and equipment, I want to share with you some safety precautions about operating an oven kasi focus natin sa equipment oven. So for number 1, cook with care. Make sure your stove and oven hood are safely and correctly installed. For number 2, check the oven if it is in good condition before using to avoid accident. And for number 3, keep loose items away. Do not let loose items like towels lay on or near your stove top. So dito na natin ipapasok yung kasabihan na safety first. Sa lahat ng ginagawa natin, dapat kapakanan or yung safety natin ang mangunguna. So this time, let us classify the baking tools and equipment according to their uses. So meron tayong 6 na classification. For number 1, we have the preparatory tools. So for the preparatory tools, we have the flour sifter, grater, pastry brush, spatula, and rolling pin. These are baking tools used to prepare different ingredients before baking the desired bakery products. Ayan, nasa picture ha. And then for number 2, we have the measuring tools. Measuring cups. We have the measuring spoons, the weighing scale, and timer. Those tools are used for measuring the amount of ingredients and the length of baking time. And what else, Ma'am Malbe?
We have also mixing tools. So, ang mga nandito, we have the mixing spoons, mixing bowls, electric mixer, rubber scraper, and rotary egg beater. Okay, hindi natin na ipakita yung scraper kasi kanina yun nandyan sa ating...
nandyan na yung mixing bowl, ma'am. Hindi natin ipakita
These
kanina.
tools are used in mixing wet or dry mixtures such as batter or dough. So, their classification is mixing tools. We have number 4, cutting tools. We have the pastry blender, pastry wheel, Ma'am Dandit, ayan.
Ayan.
Biscuit and donut cutter, and we have also kitchen shears and paring knives. So, these are used in cutting cookie patterns for dough to form the shape and for cutting fruits and other ingredients. So, para mas magandang tignan, you can use that. Are there some more classification, Ma'am Marilyn?
Yes, we have also baking pans. So, kanina may mga pans na tayo napag-usapan, ano? So, these baking pans which include the square pans, of course, mga ginagamit sa cakes yan. Sa round pans, also sa cake din. Cookie sheet, ito yung mga flat sheet dyan. O pwede din natin gamitin yung tray doon sa mga cookies. No? Bun pans, of course, yung nandyan na nakita natin kanina, yung may design. And the tube pans para sa mga double decker na ano natin yon, mga cakes. These tools are used for butter and dough with various sizes and shape. Of course, may pag-ano nga natin itong si butter at saka si dough. Ano ba itong pagkakaiba ng butter and the dough? Sa baking kasi, si butter, yun yung medyo mas watery siya. Yun yung mga ginagawa nating mga cakes. And itong si dough naman, ito yung ginagawang tinapay or yung cookies. Kasi minamasa ito. So, kung tutusin si butter, ang pinanggagamitan natin ito ay yung square pans, the round pans, bun pans, and the tube pans. While the dough is for the cookie sheet. No? Yun yung nandyan sa, yung flat yan, yung parang tray lang siya. So, kahit kung wala kayong cookie sheet na ganyan, kasi wala siyang yung flat lang talaga siya. Tray kasi yung nakikita nyo dito, yung dito, yung nauna kanina ma'am na tray na, yun yung pwede natin gamitin kung ano yung available sa atin sa bahay, pwede natin gamitin yun.
Yes, ma'am, aside dun sa sinabi mong butter and dough, yung butter kasi meron tayong B-U-T-T-E-R and we have the B-A-T-T-E-R.
Anong pagkakaiba
nun?
nun?
Sinabi ni ma'am kanina na butter, yung letter A. So, homonyms kasi sila. Yung butter naman is pwede rin natin gamitin sa ating baking as ingredient
Yun, yung butter natin, ano? Okay, so that is the butter and dough. Okay. So, doon kasi nalilitong minsan yung mga bata. Even may kids, even yung mga anak ko, kunin mo nga yung butter. O, di syempre yung butter, ang gamit yung ginagamit ng pangpalaman. And then yung butter, pag gumagawa kami ng puto, yung mixture na mismo, yun yung butter.
Para sure, dalawang dadalhin sa'yo, ma'am.
And then, of course, we have the baking equipment like deck oven, rack oven, convection oven, and microwave oven. So these tools are used to heat or equipment used to heat or cook food usually by hot air in baking, of course. So any additional, Ma'am Dandit?
Yes, Ma'am Marilyn. In addition, dear learners, tools and equipment is not only intended for bread and pastry, but also to commercial cookery, sa EIM din, sa automotive, electronics, sa ICT, sa dressmaking, and beauty care. Kasi lahat ng mga course na yan ay gumagamit ng tools and equipment. And even in science during their laboratories.
Isa sila sa pinakamaraming rin ginagamit,
tools and equipment. Pati din sa MAPE, gumagamit din sila ng tools and equipment during their PE
time.
So each tool and equipment have a specific purpose and function. Therefore, you need to use them properly and accordingly. Make sure also that they are in good condition before using them to avoid accidents.
Ayan na naman. Dito na naman tayo.
Yes, so time check, 9:03.
Ayan.
I hope our learners understood our lesson for today. So isa ito sa hinihintay na naman nila.
Yes, ready
for our
na
question
sila.
and answer portion, don't forget to use the hashtag Usapang TLE, your grade section, and the item. Minsan kasi sa sobrang bilis nila, wala na yung item.
Kaya kailangan natin
Or
yan.
pwede rin kayong tumawag sa ating 0975-199-2630.
Okay, so let's proceed with number 1. Ano kaya ang tanong? Okay, ready? For number 1, which of the following defines or describe tools? A. Devices used in bread and pastry. B. Durable and permanent. C. Manipulated by hands. Or D. All of the above. Ayan. Ano kaya ang sagot dyan? Sino kaya ang mananalo? Number 1 na naman.
Wala pa. Ay,
Wala pa.
meron pa. Ay, meron na yata.
Meron na ba?
Wala pa akong nakikita, ma'am. Pero ready na akong magsulat ng pangalan.
Ayan. So, William William ulit. Ang nakikita ko
William
dito.
Shakespeare.
Oo, William Shakespeare. Tali-talino talaga.
Ay, oo nga, siya din sa akin.
Ano ba yung sagot, Ma'am Dandit?
Okay, so ang sagot ay, hindi na namin nilagay dyan, but the answer is letter D.
Yan. So, tamang-tama yung sagot ni William Orate.
William Orate Jr. pala siya, ma'am. Baka nakikinig ang kanyang tatay. Ay, sumagot ako. Sorry.
Junior siya. Okay.
Marami pa yung
section
sumagot.
siya, ma'am?
Jacinto.
Naisip
Jacinto,
ko na
be.
yan kanina.
Ay, meron na kanina.
Oo.
Okay, for question number 2.
Yan.
How do you classify mixing spoons, mixing bowls, electric mixer, rubber scraper, and rotary egg beater? A. Baking tools, B. Cutting tools, C. Mixing tools, and letter D. Preparatory tools.
Okay, nung sagot, kambing. Ayun. Meron
Wala
ba?
pa akong
Meron na
nakita.
ba? May nakita na ako, ano? May
Dapat
number 2 na tayo
kadali
eh.
niya ang
Ang
sumagot.
sabi niya, may nagsumagot ng A, may sumagot ng B, may sumagot ng C.
Sino ang nauna?
Ano ba ang tamang sagot? It is letter C. So, ang nakakuha ay si Mark Norwin Edrosa. Bago yata ito, ma'am. Tama ba? 7 Galileo. Tama ba sa inyo?
Ang nauna sa akin si
Sino?
si Yancy. After Arkin.
O, balik-balik ako, balik-balik.
Tignan mo nga kung
Ay, okay. So,
Oo.
sorry. Meron palang mas nauna.
Mas nauna si Yancy Buduan.
Buduan.
Ayan.
Sim. Ewan, meron pa yung,
meron pa yung
contact
number,
number talaga.
Kaya nga.
Oo.
Oh, ayan.
Para
Ready
sure
siya
pa.
talaga.
Ready.
Ay, screenshot natin kasi meron na siyang number. Ayan.
Okay, for number 3. Ito, madugo ha. Medyo mas mahaba ito ha. Okay. Mas kokonting katanungan pero mas mahaba sagot. Number 3, give at least one example of baking tools and its uses. No, magbigay lang ng isa. Pinakasimple lang. And then of course,
pwede
sabihin nyo na kung
phrase,
anong
basta
use.
nandun
Yes.
yung
Basta nandun na yung...
Basta meron yung to.
Okay, so while waiting,
Uy, meron na
Meron na agad.
Si Yancy. Bakit? Sino tong 7 na sinto na to? Sino
Yay!
teacher
Ang galing niya talaga.
Binigay mo
Yan.
yata, mami.
Ay, hindi naman.
Mag-apply pang mga bata ngayon, ma'am.
Kasi sabi ko nga sa kanila, manood kayo, patapusin
Ayan,
nyo, sumali
sabi.
kayo, sabi ko.
Sabi
Kaya
niya.
sumali talaga sila.
Anong name
Number
niya?
3 is flour sifter. It is used to separate coarse particles, remove dirt,
Yancy.
and small insects. 0945-1890-677.
Ayun, number niya.
Wow, dalagad, kompleto.
Kinuha mo na yung kwan niya.
Kompleto Ricardo.
Ready na siya, tatlo.
Yun ba yun, ma'am?
Yung
Ano ba yung tanong natin?
magbigay ng isang example.
And then?
And ibigay ang gamit.
Okay.
O, tama ba siya, Ma'am Marilyn? Okay.
Congratulations.
Kasi may sumagot kasi dito yung
Congratulations.
kanyang yung classification kasi.
Classification, okay. So, isang example and then kung ano ang gamit. Ayan, congratulations.
Ang daming sumasagot pa, ma'am, ano?
So,
Talagang ang daming natutunan ng mga estudyante natin ngayon.
okay, congratulations sa lahat ng mga winners. Don't forget to inform your teacher, your TLA teacher, and send your CP number to, ayan, si Yancy nakasend na siya.
Mas maganda may screenshot din, ma'am.
Oo,
na nakipag-participate
mag-screenshot din
sila.
kayo dun sa mga
Yes,
tanong
for
niyo.
extra merit.
Oo, sayang naman yung merit, mga anak. Okay? To summarize our lesson for today, we discussed the definition of baking tools and equipment, the examples of baking tools and equipment and their uses, which includes baking pans, electric mixer, flour sifter, measuring cups, measuring spoons, mixing bowls, wooden spoon, rubber scraper, spatula, wire whisk, and ovens. We have also classified the baking tools and equipment according to their uses such as preparatory tools, measuring tools, mixing tools, cutting tools, baking pans, and baking equipment. We hope you've learned a lot today, dear learners.
Paano magtanggal ng comment doon? Iba yung nailagay kong ano.
Hayaan mo na, Ma'am Marilyn. Hindi ko rin alam yan. Okay.
So, namimiss ko lang yung mga 7 Aguinaldo at saka 7 Bonifacio. Kaya naglagay ko ng
Magparamdam
miss
naman kayo
you.
kay Ma'am Marilyn, mga anak.
Okay, so for our reflection, don't forget to answer. And that is on page 4 of your learning activity sheets in a clean sheet of paper, of course. The question is, how does your learning help you in this time of pandemic? Okay? How does your learning help you in this time of pandemic? So, ano daw pwedeng
ano ba yung
nakuha nyo ngayon?
kagandahan ng learning nyo ngayon?
Oo. Sa panahon natin ngayon, no? May natutunan ba kayo? Okay, Ma'am Malbe?
Yes, ma'am. So, sa mga yung mga estudyante ko naman na hindi pinalad pero nakipag-participate, you can send also your screenshot sa akin or sa ating GC for your extra merit.
Ayan, remind natin yung next na RBI mamaya. That is ESP 9. Okay. And thank you, Sir Joshel and Sir Dennis. So, antabayan ang lahat ng mga RBI na susunod. And then, meron pa tayong RBI next week.
Next week.
Ayan, anong grade
After
ang
next week
mauna?
ulit. And then,
Oo.
the following week ulit, meron ulit.
Sa bread and pastry, may week 3 pa to tayo mga anak, grade 7.
So, maraming
And-
salamat. And congratulations sa mga nanalo. Goodbye and see you next week again. Oh, happy holidays sa Friday.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for watching and listening.
TLE, Technology and Livelihood Education. TLE, Learning Area, Automotive Servicing, Beauty Care, Electronics Product Assembly and Servicing, Cookery, Electrical Installation and Maintenance, Dressmaking, Computer System Servicing, mga leksyong pangkabuhayan, edukasyong, teknolohikal, mapapakinggan. Dito lang yan sa 106.3 Dance Radio, TLE. Learn and Earn. Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kaalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan. Ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
For something big. All right, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWDR FM.